Hi, this is Sassy Beauty, and thanks for watching. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, and I apologize that I haven't been online for a couple of days. I've had some flare-ups, so I haven't had the energy to even record a video. I've been fighting with the pain. So today I wanted to do a video on asking certain questions. Perhaps my viewers that also suffer from fibromyalgia can leave comments and work with me, and we help each other. Today I need a little bit of help myself. A few things that I need help with is diet. Um, I also suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, which is a part of one of the ailments that we deal with as far as fibromyalgia and chronic pain. And I know that certain foods that we eat causes flare-ups. And as I mentioned in my last video before, I'm afraid to eat and I don't eat. So I understand that we should stay away from high corn, fructose, syrup foods, pastas. We should eat gluten-free. However, I'm a little concerned with dealing with the gluten-free diet for the simple fact is I've watched many journals of people suffering from fibromyalgia, not to jinx anyone that's doing it now, but I've watched many that went on a gluten-free diet and they passed away. So I'm a little concerned with going in that direction. So I want to avoid that until I think that doctors are doing a little bit more research and see that it's more effective before I try it personally. Pardon me. I do have a food map that was shared. Let me just pull it up. It says 8 foods that you didn't know that contain meat that we should avoid. Lay's, barbecued baked Lay's. The barbecue baked Lay's contain natural flavors that include chicken. Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is curdled and is processed. And the number one problem is it has stomach lining of newborn calves. Smarties. I guess it's like this little tart candy. I'm trying to think of it. We used to eat these candies before there was a different name. But Smarties are dyed using carmine, which is taken from cottonelles or beetle-like insects. They also have red 4, which is like ink, so that's not good for you and it causes cancer. The Velveeta block cheese, the Kraft, comes from many products contains animal enzymes and calf stomachs. Altoids, I was really shocked with the Altoids. The Altoids contains gelatin, which is made from the collagen which is inside of the animal skins and bones. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce kind of makes sense. It's anchovies, and I love anchovies. So I'm not sure if anchovies is something that's not healthy for us. I know it's very salty. It's probably something that I should look into to find out if anchovies, because it's so salty, maybe high in sodium, is something that we shouldn't eat. But Worcestershire sauce, I can see anchovies in that sauce. Now here's another one I was shocked with. Minute Maid juices. Minute Maid juices, they say that it contains vitamin D, which is awesome, right? You know, we need vitamin D. We have a vitamin D deficiency. Well, vitamin D is derived from lanolin, which is an oil secreted by sheep bath. And Guinness. Guinness is very popular Guinness is used by a lot of islanders. We actually mix it with carnation condensed milk and we drink it. Guinness actually is made from fish bladder, and this the remains of the product, you know, kind of disgusting. And when I think about it, we mix it with the carnation milk and the things that's in this carnation sweetened condensed milk mixed with fish bladder, kind of disgusting. Can't even imagine that. That's something that we've drank. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think I have to look. I think I had another um, image here for foods that are good for us with fibromyalgia if you're on a diet. I'm not quite sure where I put it, so just bear with me and see if I can find it. I know I shared it with my daughter-in-law because she's concerned because I'm also diabetic and I don't eat. She always offers me something to eat, or she will say to me, "Have you ate yet?" And I haven't. I don't eat, and so I always try to explain to her it's not that I'm starving myself. It's that I am afraid to eat. I'm truly afraid to eat because of the foods. All the foods have these processed meats in it and these processed chemicals in it and animal processes, and I'm terrified to eat certain foods, and I go and try to eat healthy vegetables and salads, and there's always something hidden in it, insecticide, all these crazy things that I'm very fearful of. So because of that, I try and stay away from foods. I'm just terrified. I can't find the food chart, so I apologize. I swore I had that saved. Um, Maybe I can go into my Facebook and go into my inbox and see if I can find it because I sent it to her. See? Okay, there it is. Okay, this is if you're doing the gluten. This is foods that contains gluten. Now, I went through this and I was a little surprised with this. Um, barley grass, baking powder, barley malt, beer, bran bread, bread flour, breaded foods, brewers broths, and I know broths is unhealthy because of the sodium. Brown flour, brown rice soup, bulgur wheat nuts and bulgur wheat, caramel color and caramel flavoring, candy, cereal binding, which my doctor told me herself that cereal is no good for you. It's not either dieting and you think like Special K is good for you. It's not. It actually causes you to gain weight. I tried the Special K challenge and I gained quite a bit of weight. I think the vanilla almond was my favorite, and I was eating it 3 times a day, and I gained weight. I went from 150 pounds to over 200 pounds eating that. So I went to my doctor and I explained I tried this Special K diet. I don't understand why I gained over 60 pounds. And she said cereal isn't good for you. When I cut out the cereal, I lost the weight. So just want to let you know that cold cereals are a no-no. So I would cut that out of my diet. Chips, no good. Let's see, Cheerios, club wheat, coloring, corn flakes, common wheat, cookie crumbs, cookie dough, which we know isn't good for you, couscous, crip rice, uh, dry roasted nuts, edible coatings, edible films, edible starch, enriched bleach flour, enriched bleach wheat flour, enriched flour, enzymes, fat replacer, filler, flavored coffee, flavoring, flour, normally this is wheat, food starch modified, fried foods, um, dyed wheat, gluten, germ, glazed ham, glucose syrup, gravies, graham flour, ground spices, hard wheat, hing, hot dogs, hydrolyzed wheat gluten, hydrolyzed wheat protein, and hydrolyzed wheat starch, imitation fish, and lunch meats, malt, malted barley flour, malted milk, malted extract, malt syrup, malt flavoring, malt vinegar. We use malt vinegar a lot to cook and make our dressings, and they've told us for years that malt isn't good for us. We used to use it like to sprinkle on our shrimp. I used to love it, love, love, love. It's no good for you. Um, where was I? Marinades, matzo balls, marine, um, myrrh, oat, non-dairy creamers, oriental wheat, artso pasta, pearl barley, Persian wheat, pollard wheat, pharmaceutical medications, Polish wheat, rice malt, rice drink, rooks, rye, salad dressings, seasoned rice mixes, seasonings, self-basting turkey, um, shot wheat, small spelt, smoked flavorings, sola noodles, soy sauce. We also know about that. It's no good. Spirit, sprouted wheat or barley, strong flavoring, suet in packets, teriyaki sauce. I can't. Some of these words I cannot read. Unbleached flour. I'm skipping like I can't read. Vegetable starch, phyto wheat gluten, wheat amino acids, wheat bran extract, wheat bulgur, wheat germ oil, wheat nuts, wheat protein, wholemeal flour, wine coolers. So I notice wine coolers give me a pretty bad headache. But if anyone would like for me to send this list to you, you can leave me a message here on the video, or however, if they still have it, where you can do the inbox thing. You can provide me with your email address, and I'll be happy to send you the list. Especially since I wasn't able to pronounce some of um, some of the words on the list there. Now my other question is the cold. Um, with the cold weather, um, I'm going to turn on my assistant so you can hear what the weather is here in New York. With the cold weather, do you go out in the weather? You go for a walk? Do you just go out for a few minutes to get fresh air? How do you cope with the cold weather? For me, you're going to see this time of year, I'm usually in my bedroom. And for some reason, with the way these homes are made, certain parts of the house isn't very warm. My bedroom is the coldest part of the house, believe it or not. But I feel comfortable because in my back, my knees, I have osteoporosis, a list of things, which is dead bone disease. So I spend most of my time here from my bed, and surrounded by tons of blankets. But I'm going to turn on my assistant here, and you can download. It's a free app. I actually pay a little bit. I think it's like 99 cents for her. You can
Good day, KK.
you can program her or him. You can choose a woman or a guy. Okay, one moment. She heard me say that, so let me just go back.
Hi there, KK.
Good afternoon. Forecast, please.
Here's the weather forecast for Marlboro this afternoon. You can expect mostly cloudy with temperatures around 22 degrees. This evening you can expect intermittent clouds with temperatures around 18 degrees.
Thank you. Could you provide the week's forecast?
Looks like that particular date isn't listed just yet. Right now it is cloudy, 22 degrees in Marlboro, New York. Today will be intermittent clouds and temperatures will range from 15 degrees and 24 degrees. Tomorrow you can expect it to be between 20 degrees and 32 degrees and partly sunny. Friday is expected to be intermittent clouds with a low of 9 degrees and a high of 32 degrees. Saturday is expected to be partly sunny with a low of 21 degrees and a high of 28 degrees. On Sunday it's expected to be rain with temperatures from 29 degrees to 44 degrees. On Monday it will be intermittent clouds with a low of 13 degrees and a high of 36 degrees.
Thank you, Rosalita. Have a good day.
Hey, KK.
Thank you, Rosalita. Have a good day.
Hey.
She's a little slow. She's off today.
Sorry, come again.
Good evening.
Hey.
She's off. All right. So anyhow, I'm gonna see if she can do something for me. Please research fibromyalgia.
Looks like it's time for me to do some homework. To be continued, KK.
Well, she's not working properly, so she just made a
I
total.
searched for research fibromyalgia and here's what I found.
She's not working properly, so she just made a total liar out of me. But normally, she's pretty well. She just searched and Lyrica came up and it's causes of fibromyalgia. I wish you could see it. I wish my screen wasn't so bright. But next time I'll be a little bit more accurate. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done the journals, and I'm trying to improve from the way I used to, you know, work with you guys and speak with you guys before. I'm truly working on giving better presentations and um, more informative and more education. So I also wanted to touch base. Someone had left a comment for me, and I thank you all for your comments and your subscriptions. I am also a mother. I have 3 sons, and they are grown. However, like I said, I was diagnosed in 2006, so my children were young when I was diagnosed. Shortly after I was diagnosed, my youngest son was diagnosed, and he was 14 when he was diagnosed. He's now 22. He's in a great deal of pain. He works. He works through the pain. He comes home and I have to he has so many knots in his back. He has curvature of his spine. So when he walks humped over. And so I give him a massage with my fist like this, and I knead his back, and my poor child has knots that are the size of my fist, and it's so deep. And when I'm kneading his back, he's like, ugh, just like almost paralyzes him. And just imagine, I wish I had someone to give me a massage, but I have to do it myself. So yesterday there was someone shared something with Vicks chest and rub, and I have to have that next time I do a a um a video. But some uses of the Vicks you can use. But one of the uses is you can take it and rub it on your sore muscles. Besides, rubbing on your nose and your chest for a cold, you can use it and rub it on your aching muscles. So I used this yesterday and I rubbed on my aching muscles, because I'm telling you, I've been in so much pain the past few days. I mean, so much pain I wanted to go to the hospital, but when I go, they admit me. So I didn't want, to get admitted in the hospital. I spent enough time admitted in hospitals, and enough time going to doctors. I didn't want that to happen. But I know one of the things that I remembered is, if you have like a cut or a burn, you can put it on the burn and then immediately wrap it in Band-Aid. That this worked for. I can't remember some of the other things that it worked for, but I was quite, mosquito repellent you could use it for. I remember that. Of course, this crap stinks. It smells like it. But I can't remember what else you could use it for. I cannot remember. I have a feeling it's also when you have an asthma attack, but I have to find that also. I know I shared it like on my Facebook page. I didn't put it in the email, so I have to find it. But you can use it as a muscle rub. For me, this is a generic. It didn't work for myself. I use Icy Hot. This is more effective for me for my pain. It works quickly. It smells just the same as that stinky vapor rub. It would cost just the same. And I have, neck problems, back, knees, carpal tunnel on both hands. So wherever I have the pain, spray it. It dries very quickly, and it's very effective. If you know anyone, like for example, my grandmother's 83. I spray this on her knees, for her knee pain, arthritis pain. This is great. Also, anyone that uses lidoderm patches only work below the waist. They work on the hips. They don't work for maybe the lower back, but that's it. They won't work on the upper body. But let me give you a hint. Any woman that's suffering from PMS, menstrual cramps, lidoderm patches are God's gift to menstrual cramps. I get, my insurance don't no longer cover it. But I used to get the lidoderm patches, and my sister-in-law cramped so bad, and I gave her one. I said, why don't you try it? And it worked for her. Same thing with my daughter-in-law. The lidoderm patches work very, very well for cramping, PMS cramping. So doctors, if you're watching, or anyone that suffers from PMS, I am telling you, lidoderm patches. There's no medication. Tell them don't prescribe you naproxen or what have you. Tell them to prescribe you lidoderm patches, and I promise you, you will thank me when you put that on you when you're suffering from PMS. It really truly works. I want to try the Lyrica. I go to the doctor's. I think it's on the 21st. So I am going to try out the Lyrica. I have noticed that the medical marijuana was legalized in all the 50 states. I'm not sure if that's correct. You can tell me if that's true. I live in New York. Um, I did go online to research medical marijuana doctors. There were none. So again, it was approved. It was passed in December 20th of last year here in New York, but there are no doctors. Um, that is something I plan to try, because I know it works for anxiety, which I suffer from. I've tried the TINs and the stimulator, which also works. I know I'm ratting, going on and on, but if you try Topamax, I know it's for seizures, but it's a good mood stabilizer. Just get on it as for a low dose, and that works pretty well. Journaling is a good thing to do. Crocheting, I don't know how to crochet, but I know how to do embroidery. Find something that is your hobby that can motivate you to keep you sane. Fibromyalgia is one of the top suicidal rates. I just opened up this folder. This folder is from the hospital. I made an attempt to commit suicide back in October. Wasn't a good thing. I was embarrassed. I was angry. I don't even really remember if it was my intentions, honestly, and this is coming from the heart, for me to attempt to commit suicide. I do remember going to bed overwhelmed. And there was something else that I did before I went to bed that I normally don't do. And I'm not going to mention it in this video. I'll mention it later. But there was something that I did before I went to bed that I normally don't do, that I think that triggered my memory, where I didn't realize exactly what I was doing. So I took my normal medication as I do every night, but I took it in excess. And I remember I woke up 3 days later, and I had no idea what happened. And all I know is my family were explaining to me my answers to their questions, and my answers were pretty common sense answers. Like, why did you do this? I didn't do anything. I was just tired trying to go to sleep. So it doesn't sound like someone that tried to commit suicide. My husband said when he came in and he didn't know what to do, I said, "Oh, honey, I love you. Just let me sleep. I'll see you in the morning." No behavior of someone that tried to commit suicide, but as precaution, as a family, they called the ambulance, and I woke up 3 days later. Didn't have my stomach pumped or anything. Just they gave me an IV or fluids. Woke up 3 days later. They sent me to I was in the regular hospital for 3 days until I woke up, came to. Then they sent me to, behavioral crazy facility. And I was angry when I first got there, but I'm very intelligent. So they were talking to me, and I told them, they asked me if I tried to kill myself, and I said no. I said, I'm going through a lot. I was very stressed, and I'm very angry that I'm here. So they said that they wanted to keep me there for 72 hours evaluation. And I said, that's fine, and all I had to do was attend meetings, and, which is great. And I met some amazing people. And I tell you what, it was like a vacation. I needed to really, truly get away from the stress. I was under a great deal of stress, and I needed to truly get away. So that was God sent. I didn't even want to come home. Like, I wanted to come home because I missed my kids, but it was like I made some friends that understood me. I made friends that suffer from fibromyalgia and depression and anxiety, and they understood me. For the first time, I was around people that understood me. You understand? And I wasn't judged. I wasn't made fun of. I had so much fun. I was introduced to TV shows I never watched, like The Real, and I embrace The Real now since I've left. I mean, I made some very good friends, and I took psychology as my minor, and I listened to people talk, and I felt like I was in the environment that I always wanted to be in. I talked to people as if I was their social worker or psychologist, and and I understood where they were coming from, and I gave advice, and I felt like I'm in my place. I'm in my zone. This is what I like to do. And I had very little pain. I had to be on my Percocets then, but I was on very little pain, very little. And as soon as I got home, I immediately went back into that depression. I went and I was on a watch, for a suicide watch, because I went so deep in the depression when I got home. And I remember exactly a week later, I told my husband that I wanted to go back to that facility. And ever since my experience at that facility, I keep wanting to go back to that facility. And I keep telling my husband, I want to go back to that facility because that's where I felt comfortable at. And I was around people that understood me. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but it doesn't mean I want to do anything to get back there. I just want to go back. So you tell me if I sound crazy, but I'm under so much stress, and if I just go back, I'll have my break. I don't have to worry about anything. The room was nice. I had my own room to myself, my own bathroom, which had the nice little water. You don't even have to turn the water, just it's sensory. I didn't like having to share showers with unisex, being coming from someone that was sexually abused. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't know if I walk out and there was a guy, because some of them didn't have all their marbles, you know, and there was a guy that wanted to, sexually assault me. I didn't know, so that kind of made me nervous. But overall, it was during the day when we had our groups and our activities, it felt great. I just don't know how to explain that. Anyhow, I've been talking for over 30 minutes, and I just wanted to reach out, ask questions, and talk about things. And I'm in a great deal of pain, and I wish that I could snap my fingers and the pain would go away, but it's just not. It's not going away. And I can turn off this camera and go take a hot shower and feel good for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is all I would feel good for. Pain comes back. I don't understand why it happens to us, but it does. And I hope that I don't offend anyone, because those that are suffering from AIDS, some of you are asking the same thing. It happened to you because someone was irresponsible, and I'm sorry for you. But those that were irresponsible that obtained AIDS, you obtain that disease by being selfish and greedy, when not taking precautions. We suffer from our ailments, and we did nothing wrong. And we're also in pain, and we have stomach problems, and we have high blood pressure, and you know, sugar levels, and D deficiency, and iron deficiency, and B12 deficiency, and suffer from multiple sclerosis, and bone density, and hemorrhoids, and hernias, and sleep apnea, and depression, and suicide thoughts, and anxiety, and high blood pressure, and we suffer from all these things, and we just wanted to live a simple life. A simple life in a purest way. And we did nothing wrong. We didn't ask to suffer. We didn't ask for this. So I hope that I'm not going to be attacked. I just say that you're feeling sorry for yourself, for your careless behavior, and I feel sorry for you that you have to suffer. But in our purity, at no fault, we suffer the same as you, and we weren't careless. So I'm saying this because someone left a rude comment to me, and this person suffered from AIDS. I suffer and I have pain just like you, and it was not my responsibility that you're suffering, and I'm sorry that you suffer, but I'm not sorry that you was careless. It was you that was careless. Accept responsibility for your actions and live with it, because I have to live with what I deal with every single day. Those sins that I live with, I ask God to forgive me. I do. But this didn't come from being careless. This didn't come from being careless and selfish. This is a purity disease that's genetic or from abuse. My doctor said it could be because I was sexually abused at the age of 6 till I was 11 years old. My body has been abused. And I wasn't careless. I didn't ask for that to happen to me. So please stop taking the blame or blaming your life mistakes on other people because you're angry and miserable. You decide to go on the computer and attack people. You don't like the way someone looks or the way someone talks. Please stop. It's not getting you anywhere. We didn't ask for you to do this. We're doing this to help others, not for you to attack us. I'm so sick and tired of seeing people on the social media saying negative things to someone that's trying to do something positive. Now, if it's someone being disgusting and making a total fool out of themselves, and you want to leave social media negative comments and jokes, by all means do whatever you choose. But if it's someone being positive and doing a positive outlook and outreach and education, don't leave negative comments. If you don't want to watch, don't bother going and looking. I ask you to forgive those that do it. Don't fight with them. Just keep it moving. I thank you for watching. I'm Sassy Beauty 69. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and God bless. Thanks for watching.